like I said, does not take a mod chip to do this. This is completely soft mod. And if you notice that now you'll have the Homebrew channel. Now, just like any channel, you can go into your system menu and delete this if you need space. That's not a problem. And it's going to load your Homebrew from your SD card. Once you have to prepare it properly. Unfortunately, I didn't get Quake installed properly because I'm an idiot. We got the USB Gecko boot.elf, which is used for the cheating, and USB Gecko utility, which I'll get in a little bit. Unfortunately, right now this utility does not work properly with the Homebrew loader, so you have to still use the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess exploit. But I can guarantee you that they will get this working with the Homebrew loader, Homebrew channel very shortly. We've got the Region Free, which Region Free is a program which allows import games to be played on your console region. Insert a Wii game and press A on the Wii remote to boot a game. So pretty much what this does is if you have a PAL game in an NTSC console, and originals of course, you can go and play imports on your console. Now the thing is that if you do need an actual firmware update, it will block it. So if you need a firmware update to run the game and it's not available through your online online update, then you're just gonna have to wait for Nintendo to release the update in your region. Till then, you're shit out of luck. We got the front SD loader, which I've used previously, but with the Homebrew channel, you really don't need it, but still it's good to have it. We've got Tetris. We've also got Wii 64, which is a very promising N64 emulator. Not many games are very playable right now, but I can guarantee you it's making a lot of progress, and the guys that are working on it are very, very talented, and it does show a lot of promise. Then there's also the Scum VM for the point-and-click adventure games, and Quake, which for some reason just isn't popping up. I most likely put the config file wrong. There's NES, Super Nintendo, there's GameCube Linux, as well as Wii Linux that are running. There's a lot of promise. This is just, we're just getting our feet wet. So, I don't got much time, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load up the USB Gecko side, the USB Gecko Wii side server, and I'll show you some of the features of the USB Gecko. If you notice up in the screen over here, we've got a very boring screen. This is the USB Gecko Wii side server. It also works for the GameCube. And on the PC side, we have some of the USB client features. Now, this is USB Client 1.0 Beta 5 Cheat Edition. This is specifically made for RAM hacking and things of the such. So we'll go through some of the things that it can do. First, you have to connect to the actual USB Gecko. If you notice in the bottom left-hand corner over here, it says connected. Some of the Wii Mode tools is the NAND dump, which actually lets you dump your NAND flash for manipulation. As of right now, I don't know if it actually lets you upload, but that's always good to go and fun to poke around if you want to do any kind of virtual console or NAND hacking. The executable file loader will allow you to upload your DOL or ELF files. Very good for loading your Homebrew. The memory card tool will actually communicate to your GameCube memory cards, allowing you to upload, download, archive, or otherwise manipulate them if you're into save game hacking. They've also got a music player. It'll let you play MP3s one at a time through your TV. It's kind of clumsy, but it works. I'd expect it to get a little bit better in the future. The disk tools, file system tools, and SD tools have been grayed out. I really haven't had a chance to play with them. If you load in a GameCube, or you load your Wii into GameCube mode, or on an actual GameCube, you can load your DOL or ELF files. Great for Homebrew, so you don't have to keep making 1.4 gig disks for 32K Homebrew. Same thing, you got a memory card tool to manipulate the memory cards. You got a DVD extractor, which is good because if you're actually in GameCube mode on a Wii, you can back up your Wii games, whether it's a single layer, a dual layer, or a GameCube disc. You can use your Wii to back up your games. It's also got a music player. If you go to Start Game, this is actually used for the remote debugger, depending on which hook type you'll need. In most instances, if you're on a Wii, you'll be using a Wii game hook, and this will actually start your game, allowing the remote debugger. The remote debugger is quite literally a RAM management utility. This will actually allow you to set breakpoints, which are pretty cool because you can see all the hardware registers of the Wii and actually make conditions of which registers. What registers do is it actually looks at the hardware for conditions. So you can actually set a register to say, look for whenever the X and Y buttons on a GameCube controller is actually pressed, and then create a condition from there that'll actually, I don't know, maybe give you infinite health, or give you an item, or take away an item, whatever. We'll leave that for the Wii hacking segment, the RAM hacking segment, if I can get that done. You can also dump hex in a specific range, which that's it. It just dumps the actual RAM of the GameCube or the Wii. You can also upload code. You can trace and step using debug functions in assembly where your functions are going. You can freeze and unfreeze your console, because watching code fly by at a few million instructions per second can get a little tedious or confusing, so you can hit the freeze button right here. It'll freeze the console, it'll halt, make some god horrible noises, it'll allow you to analyze the code going through system RAM, and then from there do whatever the hell you want. Then you can unfreeze it and be on with it. You can also upload a cheat patch. I've got some cheat patches created with the help of the postings on the USB Gecko forums. What these cheat patches do is essentially it's an action replay or a code breaker. I'll get into this in another segment because I'm running out of time here, but pretty much what this will do is in single player mode, it'll actually lock memory addresses, so I always have specific weapons. I can modify this in a hex editor and have pretty much whatever damn weapons I want. It is glitchy, it will crash the console, but I have to admit it's really fun playing around with the breakpoints, as well as peeking and poking RAM contents. If you actually want to go to certain hex addresses in RAM, you can actually enter it here and check it out in assembly or in hex. And if you want to see what happens when you poke a specific RAM address with a hot poker, most of the times it'll crash, but fun effects do happen. We'll leave all that stuff for another segment. The cheat codes just go straight to trainers, which are not yet available. They will be available soon, as well as cheat patches. You can also go for a screen grabber, which is really great for all you Smash Brothers psychotics out there that have to go and keep posting millions of images of Smash Brother talentless wits and other bullshit to your online blogs as if someone actually gave a rat's ass. Whoop. There will be some firmware tools eventually, and the help really doesn't bring you anywhere. Alrighty, so those are just some of the functions and features of the USB Gecko. The USB Gecko team is working on a new tool called I think it's called the Wired or the Weird. I don't know how they pronounce it yet. They'll let us know. Should come out in a couple of days. It's going to be a tool explicitly and strictly designed for Wii RAM hacking. It's got a whole cheat engine put into it. I'm not condoning online cheating, but we'll leave that for the next segment. So, there you go. The Wii Homebrew channel, USB Gecko. Two really great breakthroughs in the Wii Homebrew scene. Let's see where everything else goes. Hopefully there'll be some future segments on it. Alright? If you brick your Wii, go online, do some searches. Hopefully you can unscrew your stuff, but yeah, can't have it all.